Hello, Ontario Bike Summit. My name is Amelia Neptune, and I am the director of the Bicycle Friendly America program at the League of American Bicyclists in the US. And today I am very excited to share a resource with you that we produced last year called the Bicycle Friendly Community Ideabook. Now, the BFC Ideabook is an online interactive publication that you are more than welcome to download and preview. And today I'm just going to give you a little bit of a sneak preview and hopefully inspire you to go check out the BFC Ideabook on your own. Now, at the time that we published the BFC Ideabook last year, there were 506 bicycle-friendly communities of all shapes and sizes all across the US, from bronze to platinum. And we pulled examples from communities all across the US, including small towns, big cities, counties, et cetera, to try to showcase a range of examples to inspire other communities across the US and around the world to follow those good examples. The Bicycle Friendly Community Ideabook is organized and references the 5E framework, the same 5 E's that our Bicycle Friendly Community application is organized into. So engineering, education, encouragement, evaluation and planning, and equity and accessibility. When you download or preview the BFC Ideabook, you can scan the table of contents to look for topics that are most interesting or relevant to you. And then something that I'm really excited about is that in addition to the 91-page PDF that we published, we also produced an interactive map that you can scroll around to look for different geographies, and you can also filter the list on the side to look at communities by size or to look at case studies by example or topic or theme. And then once you find an example or a case study on the Ideabook map that you're interested in, what you can do is click on it and you'll find photos and videos and text and links out to resources and examples so that you can dive deeper and learn a whole lot more than what we put into the PDF. Now, to get into a little bit of what the Ideabook covers, the Ideabook is broken out into 3 different chapters, and the first one is called Building a Bicycle-Friendly Community for Everyone, and it really focuses on equity and accessibility and some of the data and research that we have found in our efforts to improve the equity and accessibility section of our BFC application, and then also showcasing some great examples that we've seen in different BFCs in the US. For example, one of our platinum BFCs, their equity indicator dashboard, and how it tracks racial disparities, or here in Washington, D.C., where I live, an equitable development plan from a specific bridge project. These are just 2 of the many examples that you'll find in that first chapter that focuses on equity and how it is the true foundation for all of the other work that a BFC requires. The next chapter is called Building Infrastructure for Biking, and this chapter really places an emphasis on connectivity and creating a cohesive bike network. And once again, we point to several resources and data on these topics to help communities understand what this is, why it is important, and how to accomplish it. And then again, we go into several case studies looking at different scales of connectivity and developing a low-stress bike network, and how different communities across the US have done that, again, with the lens of equity and accessibility. In this chapter, we also go into a little bit of the sort of foundational support that is required, such as writing policies that support bike infrastructure, having staffing that sustains bicycle infrastructure, and funding to actually implement your bike plan. And again, we point to a lot of data that we've developed, collected, or found from other sources to support this work. And we point to several resources in this chapter to help communities achieve cohesive low-stress bike networks. And then finally, the third chapter of the Bicycle Friendly Community Ideabook is called Building Support by Supporting Bicyclists. And this chapter is all about the idea that as your ridership increases, your bike culture grows, biking is normalized, and public support and political will improves and grows for biking infrastructure, making it easier for the city or the town to develop and improve their bicycle infrastructure, which in turn increases ridership, increases bike culture, et cetera. And so this is something that we're seeing in bicycle-friendly communities all across the US. We hear from them that this kind of cycle of support is working, and investing in things like education and encouragement and equitable access to bikes does in turn have a positive influence on the city's ability to improve their bike infrastructure and invest in biking. So just some examples of some of the case studies you'll find in this third chapter are things like access to bikes and bike repair services, rural bike share, equitable bike share programs. Youth education is a really important topic. So we talk about in-school education and some stats and data on what we've seen in our bicycle-friendly community program from across those 506 communities I referenced. We also look at out-of-school and after-school programs and how some specific communities are doing really innovative things to bring bike education to children and youth in those communities. We also look at various partnerships that exist in different BFCs to increase programming and bring bicycling to a wider range of the community, and some great homegrown community-led programming, things that are developed by cities and towns to increase biking and access to biking for everyone in those communities. And throughout the book, you'll see some inspirational quotes and beautiful photos. And once again, I want to remind you that we have this interactive map. So to go along with every single case study and every beautiful photo that's in the idea book, so you can go and learn more and find links to those specific examples and case studies throughout the idea book. So with that, I invite you to go to bikeleague.org/BFC Ideabook. And there you will find the 91-page PDF that you can scroll through or download. If you scroll down underneath the PDF, you'll find the map. And there's a button to increase the map to full-size screen mode. And then finally, if you scroll to the very bottom of that page, we have a laundry list of all the different tools and resources and example websites and links and things that you might want to dive deeper into any of these topics on. So these are all collapsible sections organized exactly the same way the idea book itself is organized, so that you can find more information and read more, find the original data, et cetera, for all the examples and case studies. So with that, I want to thank you for your time and hope that you will check out the BFC Idea Book and learn more at the League of American Bicyclists website, bikeleague.org/BFC Ideabook. Thank you again and have a great rest of your conference.